はい。始めましょう。Namaste, good morning, おはようございます。Suprabhat. 皆さん。Welcome to International Day of Yoga 2023 Yoga Mahotsav 275 days. And today's special lecture by Shailesh Sensei. Shailesh Sensei has done session last year also, and that was really very good. 結構いい感じでした。So we requested Shailesh Sensei to do that session again about acupressure. ツボ押しについて、のレクチャーです。ほとんど英語ですけど、but if you have any questions, 質問とかあれば、日本語で聞いていただいて、and we will try to coordinate with Shailesh Sensei's knowledge in Japanese. So without taking more time, Shailesh Sensei, thank you very much for taking your time and よろしくお願いします。
Thank you so much. I would share the PPT and I hope I could do that. Yes, I am able to. Yeah. Okay. So basically, how my journey with acupressure started is, basically, let me give a basic introduction about me. This is the point that I'm talking, acupressure marma points. And I am basically a mathematics teacher in a school in Tokyo. And I'm a life skill trainer. I have done emotional mastery and relation mastery coach, basically whatever is required for students and parenting actually. Yoga, acupressure, cycling, table tennis is something that I keep on doing. Coming to the topic, acupressure is a natural science, philosophy, and a rational therapy based on inbuilt mechanism provided in human body by nature. So, there is nothing externally required, so it is basically some symbolism which is already there, and we can actually use those points. So we'll talk about it. So acupressure or marma points, for centuries, practitioners have been mapping the human body and linking various limbs, organs, immune responses, and even emotions to specific energy points. So these points are referred to in Chinese medicines as acupuncture or acupressure points. Acupuncture are using needles, and acupressure is basically just pressing with your thumb, or you can even use pressure sticks actually. In Ayurveda and yogic healing, we call it as marma points. So let us understand how does this journey go. So acupressure has two parts, acu and pressure. Acu means needle or minute points with the tip of needle. Okay, and pressure means to press. Okay, with thumb, finger, and so on. So acupressure refers to a therapy wherein the pressure is applied at specific locations of therapeutic value in the human body, acupoints to heal diseases. So basically, this is how the the process goes. The basic principle, acupressure seeks to cure diseases by restoring the imbalance of energy flow in the human body. A lot of time, there are, see, it's a flow of energy. Okay, so when there is a blockage of flow of energy, that is where the problem happens. And with applying pressure in a certain way, it could ease the process. And that is what we actually do. As per the basic principles of this therapy, energy is constantly flowing in the human body along the pathways known as meridians. Okay, so Sensei has been talking about, and there have been so many sessions on the three nadis that we have: Sukshma Nadi, Pingla Nadi. So those kind of pathways are, there are certain points which could actually ease the process. So that is what we call it as acupressure points. The number of points known as acupoints are located along these meridians, okay, and control the flow of energy of these pathways, such as electrical switch regulators, like that kind of, like the flow of current in a circuit, there is a switch required. So if you press that particular point, we could actually ease the process of the flow of energy. So stimulating these acupressure points with pressure using specific techniques corrects the energy imbalance along the meridian, and the diseases can get cured, or at least can be eased out. So that is basically how it starts. So Marma Shastra is first presented as an Ayurvedic terminology way long back. So even in our Vedas and all, we can actually see. So, fundamentally, bioenergetic theory, that is Vedic cosmology, is presented in Sanskrit terminology. So Marma Shastra has been, been an old thing. And then as we could see, like a lot of Chinese students who came to India to learn, or when there were monks went across, the Himalaya region and all, and then comparatively this got translated through the traditional Chinese medicine, which is called TCM, which preserves the teaching and fills in the gaps. Why they preserve the gaps, preserve this teaching, is basically there was so much of invasion that had happened in India. So that is where things had got lost. They didn't want, like, our libraries has been burnt out. So those kind of issues, which we required others to actually, the students of us who went across the globe to take this technique forward. Marma Shastra is linked with similar comparison to Taoist cosmology, like from Dozan, Divine Resource of Taoist Calculation of by Hamilton. So there is a book on this, so you can even refer that. Thai medicine, even the massage that we see, the spread of Ayurveda in the Southeast Asia, by the expansion of Theravada Buddhism, referred, this is also very popular now, Thai massages and all. So even that actually includes these points and ensure that, the correct points are being rejuvenated or being, being attended to. So that's where the patient or the person who comes for a massage is getting much relieved. So another important thing, I believe most of you all know in Hindu terminology, when the beads that we count is also 108, and there is a lot of this thing about. So, if you actually see the Marma points also, there are originally 107 Marma points. The text survey says there are originally 107 Marma points. And there is one skin, which is the 108th Marma point. So there also we see the 108 concepts. I'll come to those points, which are those points specifically also. So more details are given here in case you want to refer. There is an acupuncture book by Hamilton. Okay, so you can even go through those points. So according to Ayurveda, there are 107 points. 51 are Marma regions. Okay, like in my childhood, we were been told, like, never hit somebody here at the back. I'll tell you why is it so. There are Marma points, very important Marma points there. I'll be talking about, there are 8 Marma points in this area. So this whole is one region, at the back of our head. So yeah, many Ayurveda teachers, including Sushruta, like the person who started the surgery, like Sushruta, recognize extra vital points. So additionally to the classical 108, some consider even the skin. So as I told you, the 108th Marma point, which serves as a cohesion of all the Marmas. The idea suggests the possibility of vital points could be virtually be anywhere. So we'll be talking about it. Okay. In classical Ayurvedic, there are 108 major or original Marma, and there are 160 to 220 minor Marma points. Some are considered lethal, okay, and consequently contradicted by needling. So in certain areas where you cannot use acupuncture also. So we'll be talking about it in the when we go across the points across the body, that I'll talk about it. So today Ayurveda recognizes 365 Marma points, which are interchangeable with the acupoints of the TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. So let's get into the crux of it. Where are the Marma points? What are those actually? So this is basically how it is. So at the top of our head is the Adipati. So, and there are so many points actually, Urvi, Ani, so Nabhi, all the points. So basically, anatomical structure, the muscles or the mamsa. Okay, there are 12, of this 11 of the Marmas are there. Okay, so there are names which are given in our Marma Shastra. Then there are vessels, arteries, and veins. There are 41 of them. These are called siras. Okay, then ligaments and tendons. They are called snayus. There are 27 of them. Okay, so bones, even bones form Marma points, which contribute to 8 of them. Then joints, which are 20 of them, and then nerve endings, which are 9 of them. So totally that would contribute. So if I go into a little more detail, I have pointed out with red, there are 19 of them, which are immediate death causing Marma points, okay, which are Sadhya Pranahara. So basically immediate death causing. So if you see the Adipati at the top of your head and so on, Guda, Basti, Nabi, Hridaya, even the Hridaya point. So I have pointed out using red the Sadhya Pranahara points. So you can actually see at the back here. This is what I was talking about. There are 8 Sira Matrika. There are 8 points here. So, as a teacher, the first thing my dad, because he was a teacher too, he had told never hit a child at the back of the head. It's very important point, because there are 8 and these are death causing. So in English, we say medulla oblongata is here. That's why we shouldn't hit. Yeah, that is one point. And this is the Sira Matrika, which are already immediate death causing points actually. So there are 8 of them here behind our neck. Okay. So there are others, long-term death causing, that is Kalantra Pranahara. So they are represented using green in this points. You can see at the back we have Virhati, and at the front we have Stanhoroti and Stanamula, and so on. So you can see even in our arms we have Indravasti and Kripa and so on. So you can see this, okay? And then fatal when pierced. So Vishalagna is basically when it is pierced. So acupuncture, they ensure that, there is nothing that happened in Utsepsha and Sthapni, those areas, we are careful about. So these are 2 Utsepha and 1 Sthapni. And disability. So Vaikalyakara Marma points are also there. They are disability causing. So one would end up being disabled. So these are certain points which are marked in brown color. And then there is some pain causing. So these are points where basically, one can especially hit to be able to just cause the pain, but it doesn't cause any major damage. Okay, so Rujakara. So there are Manibandha and Gulba. So this is what basically is shown in yellow in this particular. Gulba is down here actually. So these are the points. So total 107 plus the skin makes it 108. So this is quite interesting to at least know which part is what and how it is impactful. So under the umbrella of Ayurvedic treatments fall Marma therapy, which is also called as Marmani Chikitsa, which involves stimulation of sensitive points to promote healing in the physical, mental, and energetic planes by affecting the flow of prana. Marma points can be found all over the body, from hand to feet and to trunk to head. Okay, when manipulated, massage, pranic healing, oil, herb application, heat or pressure, and alter both organic function and structural conditions of the body. So the following information come from Professor K.R. Kirtanamurthy's translation of Shusru Samhita. So Sadhya Pranahara, immediately death causing. Marma has this 4 points. I have talked about these points. So this is Sadhya Pranahara. Okay. Then Kalaantara. Kalaantara is basically you get slowly you gradually end up being disabled, and then you die actually. So this is Kalantara Pranahara, death causing, but slowly. Then we have Visalya Pranahara, fatal when it is pierced. So the quality of air, so residing is pierced when undisturbed or foreign object. So this is Utshepa and Sthapani. So that is what I told you about. So yeah. So then Vaikalyakara. So this is where disability. So we spoke about those points. Then Rujara, pain causing. Now let us map it to our hand. Okay, where we can actually do. So this actually started in 1987. Okay, by a Professor Park Jae Woo of Korea, established that human hands and feet are a replica of the entire body. and exact correspondence to the body acupoints existing on the hands or feet. It is thus possible to practice acupressure solely on the hands or feet. This is called as sujok therapy. Sujok is actually a combination of two Korean words, su, which means hand, and jok means feet. So sujok is treating on hands and feet. So even that is quite possible, and that is all. So actually, the two legs, if you can see, these are two legs actually. These are the two hands. This is our head, okay, at the thoracic part. The upper part of our, stomach is here, and the abdomen lower part is here. So you can see it is indicated clearly. So the head, the brain, and all is here. So it's your face. The thumb is your face actually. So it's like that. And your ears are here on either sides, your mouth is here, and your neck is this place. And then as you go down, so heart is this area, right? You can see this heart is this area, and lungs. So this is your lungs area. And so, and then the upper, like your stomach, duodenum, this part, yeah, it's here. And yeah, so this is basically how it is. So thumb as your head. Okay, so even with headache, you actually stimulate those points, and that is how you can get relief with basic headache and stuff like that. So I'll come to the point how you do it also. Okay, potent point by boosting the immune system. So yeah, like you should know certain points like B23, B47, these are like these side points. So that is why, when we do yoga and all, we have a special emphasis on the posture. Okay. Or when we sit in a class, a teacher would say, sit straight, so these are very important points. Otherwise, if the more you cause issues to this, would actually cause problem to your immune system too. So, okay. So, as we discussed, so if you see the body, it's quite similar. So here they have exactly shown, like how your lungs shape up, your heart is here, the upper part of your abdomen, the lower abdomen is here, okay. And yeah, exactly how our body is structured, it is quite similarly shown here, right? Even so in your feet also. So your main thumb would be your head, and the neck part would be just below it. And the two limbs, your 2 feet and two hands are these two small fingers. And then you just reciprocate the same going down. So this diagram could actually help you understand how does a correlation work. Yeah. So at the back is basically the, see, this is the nail part. That is the back side of a hand. It's basically for the, our, the skeleton system, right? So basically for that structure, for a bone structure, you can actually use those points. So yeah, that's basically for the leg. Yeah. Okay, so there are quite details, where you can press and what you can do. So yeah, like for brain, like gone into more details. This is where the teeth is. So if you divide it into particular small grids, then it is even more clearer where you need to be applying the force to be able to get to that stage. Like, yeah. Like I recently had a gallbladder surgery. My gallbladder is removed. So this is the point that had been causing an issue. So yeah, but see, my point is like even after that, the day I was released on 8th, that I was released, the next day I was there for a yoga session at the embassy. Cycling I came. So I think my point is like problems don't, we don't get rid of problems. It's just that you become more strong with all this yoga and related methods. So that is very important and interesting. Okay. So these are certain points that you can stimulate to be able to. So suppose you have a pain here, you can actually start pressing here, 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 right? So it's a resemblance where you can actually do. So that way you can actually pass the message faster, right? So yeah. So this even a single finger can be the whole body, right? Like suppose you're sitting in a meeting and then you are having headache, so you cannot press your head in in the meeting going on. So you calmly can start pressing, right, your tip of your finger. Nobody would understand what you're doing, but basically it would give some relief to you, right? And that is how you can actually uh, communicate with your body and help yourself. So that's why clapping actually and all, what is actually doing is your complete what is that, acupressure points and marma points are activated at that time. So this is how actually it works. There are various therapies, sometimes by pressing we are not able to reach to those exact points. So that is where acupuncture comes, specifically to those points. But again, it is piercing. So there are various other methods. There is color method, there is magnetism, then there is ring method. Rings are like, this would be pointed things, and when you roll it across, you actually get that. Twisting, even twist would actually help at times. So like how we do twisting in yoga and all for our complete body, even the fingers, when they're twisted and turned, that actually gives a little relief as such with the pain and so on. And then there are tools as such, which are pointed tools, and I'm sure some of these are very visible. At least the footwears, we might have seen footwears which are pointed and stuff like that with inner soles. That gives the color therapy, like even for the seed, there is a seed therapy. Yeah, for the seed, 1 second. Yeah, for the seed therapy, like for the kidney beans can be used for the seed therapy with, so, like there, which what all seeds can be used for different things are actually given here. Like seeds can be the apple seed therapy, for heart ailments, cumin, for constipation, lungs grape seeds, and so on, ladies finger seeds for diabetes, walnut for cerebral brain related diseases, yeah, buckwheat seeds for pain disorders, and so on. So what you do is, suppose you have a kidney issue, you actually keep the two, because as per acupressure point, it is here for the kidney. So you keep two kidney points, so your complete kidney area is covered, and then you can press it, or you can attach a tape also, so the pressure is constantly maintained, and then you can just keep touching it. That should do the purpose. So that is actually seed therapy. Basically, different ways of actually giving. So, why did and how did I start this? This is my experience, and it's a very interesting journey. Uh, in my childhood, I had asthma, and that is where it started. Like I couldn't play sports. Okay, so I had to be sitting with a medical certificate saying that I cannot do sports, and this is how my childhood was. Till grade 8 I had this state. In grade 8, my school, which is a convent school that I used to go, they started with yoga therapy, yoga sessions instead of craft. So you could choose. So I joined that, and every Thursday we used to have extra yoga classes, and I used to be regularly been participating, and that is where I learned yoga and acupressure. And then I got good, and within a year, without even realizing that, I became good. I got cured with my complete asthma symptoms, and today I am almost every day outside. I can get wet in rain. In my childhood, I remember I could not enjoy rains as much and so on, but it got cured now. Another scenario is my dad. That's my dad. Okay, who has been a professor, electronics and telecommunication. With that time electronics was TV and so on. So used to be attending lab, right? So uh, he had this situation of one day he came back and his left vocal cord got paralyzed. And we took him to various allopathy this thing. We put that camera and we tried a couple of things, but it didn't work as much. Finally, there was a Yog Shibir by Baba Ramdev, and uh, Ujjayi Pranayam and this the different asanas that he was regularly doing got his voice back. So I have, amazing experience starting with me. I had asthma, got cured. My dad, vocal paralysis, and it's basically a lifestyle now for me. Okay. My, I would tell you a scenario like my dad had been very rigid. He would feel that, if you're not sick, uh, it's fine. But taking care at a very small, minute stage is quite important. So today I've been doing regularly. Like my mom, for example, she prepares her own food. She does a lot of walking. So even when walking, sometimes walking on the grass actually activates the marma points. So you don't have to do anything. Just walk on the grass early morning without footwear. Even that is a big thing. So those kind of things also, at least small things that we can do, and at least we need to be aware. And if we start doing these things, it could actually help. I have another example in my family. My son, okay, when he was born, he had a small issue whereby his one cornea is little small. Okay, this eye disease is called strabismus. Okay, so what develops is, we could see by the age of like 4, 5-ish, we could see him squinting. Okay, and it was difficult for him. So when he took him to a eye specialist, they said that, in this disease, one eye is actually the images from both the eyes goes to the brain. Okay, and because two different images are going, one eye start getting ignored. So one eye was good, the other eye was not good. And, so the therapy for it is called occlusion therapy, where you have to patch the good eye and you have to force your bad eye to be, so, it's a natural mechanism, natural healing mechanism, because laser therapy and all cannot be done for a small child, right? So that is how it starts. So in the process, slowly, the bad eye would, the muscle would get powered, and slowly it would work out. Because it's only after 18 that you can do any laser therapy. So but now although he has specs, his condition is much better. He is 16 now, and uh, there's no harm. Like it just working good. So there is. Other than that, yes, yoga actually helped him also. He is a Guinness Book World Record holder. Uh, and yeah, like with my wife also, like she had a slip disc in 2016, but today she's in Japan now. We had sessions here also, like, so it has become quite normal now. So this was 2016, and she even climbed the Cheruto Pagoda this year, twice actually, in a day. So 750 meters up the mountain. I was so surprised, like twice, because my Japanese mom, who's 72 years old, she wanted to climb again, so she came all the way. So, and I was talking about my son. He has a Guinness Book World Record uh, with various other world records. He's karate black belt, second, third dan, and yeah. So yoga and flexibility, endurance, focus breathing. Like for a small child, for a simple occlusion therapy, when a small child at the age of 5 or 6, the biggest problem is, when the child good eye is closed, the child has a tendency to remove it, right? So those kind of stability, maturity, is important, and that actually happened because of yoga, a simple small thing. So I think this is all an important factor, and that had helped me and my family to be able to get better with the difficulties that they had been facing. Uh, Hereby, my slides are kind of over. So thank you so much, Patanjali Yoga Foundation, for giving me this golden opportunity, second time, to be able to share. If there are any queries, I would love to attend to them. So Ashutosh ji, you can help me. Yeah.
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
Welcome. We can go over some slides which are, interesting, or which these slides generally last year also had been of very high interest. So yeah, like based on whatever queries anybody has, we can actually attend to it and we can talk about it too.
Thank you. ありがとうございます。Actually, it's very interesting. I remember why we had some children in my childhood.
Yeah.
So their parents they had some problem.
Yeah.
And their parents used to make their children walk bare feet always.
Yeah.
Always. So we say, why you don't wear slippers or any shoes?
Yeah.
Just on the road also, like
Yeah.
bare feet, always, whole day. So they are always hitting with this concrete stones, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes maybe it's dangerous because it might have some glass or something.
Yeah.
But now you understand what you said that okay, on the grass it will activate our marma points.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the reason they were doing it. Because
recently, like when I went to India and I, tried to go for a walk as much as possible. So I saw a lot of old people going for a walk bare feet. So they told me, like because I was trying to jog with my shoes on and all, and they were going bare feet. And they told me they are still doing it. So it is quite famous in India now.
Right.
People are doing it. True. Very true.
Yes. So yes, this is what I just 今思い出した。So 皆さん、どこまで理解できたかそれも教えながら、and please ask your questions also。質問ぜひ質問の時間結構ありますので、日本語で通訳できるように頑張ります。チャットでも大丈夫です。and 口頭で、マイクでも大丈夫です。はい。So while waiting, I will ask one more question.
Yeah.
So you said that there is okay, we got one question. First, I'll ask my question. So you said there is a sudden death marma point. Where is that slide?
Yeah, 1 second. I'll go into
immediate death. Yes, immediate death.
Yeah.
Sadhya pranhara. Yes.
So
if we hit somebody, for example, and he die with this, so what will be the cause will come in postmortem or like in the medical terminology, like what is the cause of death?
No, see, even in Indian Kalari and all.
Yes.
These marma points are taught first. See, you should know where you can hit and where you shouldn't hit. So, like we in Chinese, this thing and all we can see, right? Like they do this, right? So where are you hitting is these points, and Shankar here, right? Like these kind of areas are quite delicate areas. And then, in our childhood, actually, we are told never hit some child at the back, right? Like those points.
Right.
Those kind of things. So I would not be able to tell you about the postmortem and all, but what my point is, like, these are something that we have to be careful of, and it is told in our Shastras. So it's something that we have to be careful. Like I'm a teacher, so I have to be always careful that even if there is a child, two children who are fighting, we have to stop them, making sure that these are protected areas. That's why we wear a helmet and all. So see, when we are wearing helmet, what are we trying to protect? This area and this area, basically, right? And then that's not enough, right? Like you get hit here or in the groin area and all, yeah, you're in danger. And then the hridayam, this particular
Right.
area is a delicate area. So
Mhm.
these are crucial areas actually. So
Mhm.
yeah, so on those lines, yes, these are. Uh, but like even when you're applying pressure and all, like you cannot put immense pressure in this area and all. You can immediately cause headache to anyone,
Mhm.
right? So we can actually sense that. But mostly the most important thing is like how to apply pressure. So you can only apply pressure as much as you can put onto your eye without causing pain.
Mhm.
So you cannot pressurize your eye too much, right? So that is the amount of pressure only that you do. So how do you do it is like, suppose you have headache. So I can actually, I don't get headaches today. I can immediately create, cure it. So this kind of, yeah, what you do is you touch and then you rotate.
Mhm.
So there is one method, clockwise, anti-clockwise, and then pressure. So what you're doing is your negative ions are getting released from there, okay,
Mhm.
and the circulation of your energies are being balanced. So that is what basically is being done. So this is how you do it. Uh, yeah, like I remember my mother used to tie, a towel on her head when she had
Um,
severe headache. Basically, it is not a towel actually; it is the points which are getting pressed at that time.
mhm.
So different ways of doing it, but yeah, this is how it happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Arigato-san. Thank you. By curiosity, I am still curious how medical science will say that. Anyways, I will ask you again. In this is your homework.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You want to know more about? I want to know more about it. I, we have some more questions by Ben Setiadi. Pillai Sensei, are there any side effect if we press by ourselves the wrong points of acupressure?
That's a very good and interesting question. Actually, there is nothing wrong here. Okay, that is what only the that's what when we are putting the pressure as much as we are putting to our eye, there is no harm, right? Like how much can you press your eye so that there is no pain, right? Like it's
Mhm.
only that much that you can put your pressure anywhere in your body.
Mhm.
So even our, this marma point, which are dangerous, if you're pressing it normal, we do it, right? We do it. So that is no harm. So what you're doing is you're just telling your that part of the body that there is some blockage of energy and that need to be released. But you
Mhm.
don't have to press it super hard, causing death, right? So that would break your eye if you put too much pressure into your eye. Your eye can break. So same thing, your Burma points can be causing damage to you. If because that is the Sadhya Pranahara, Marma, right? So that is the points where if you put too much and when
Mhm.
you hit someone straight, like here, this point, the Hridaya point would be damaged. So that way. So what you have to do is by just applying normal pressure, any part of the body, there is no harm. There is no harm.
Mhm.
So it's only that if you do something beyond, therefore, we never start with acupuncture because
Mhm.
acupuncture needs to be a little more specialized, right? So, and we have to be properly trained to do that. Acupressure, you can do it for yourself at any given point of time. And how much pressure you should apply is as much you can do it on your eyes.
Mhm.
That's it. So then there is no harm as such. I hope I have been able to answer, Ben.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, we should listen to our own body. Yes. That is the answer. Yeah, we
That's right.
should.
That's right. That's right. Very true.
And next, okay. Yes, please feel free to ask your question. 日本語のみの方もわからないこととか、もこれについて何か知りたいとか、こういう問題でどこに押せばいいですかとか、そういう質問があったらぜひ聞いてください。
See, I'll tell one more important point before somebody, write. See, I'm a teacher and I teach 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th mathematics and Cambridge curriculum. Sometimes it's very sternest for students, especially exam time and all. I make them do some pranayam at that time, right? Some basic, when they have headache and all, I tell them, how to press their headache points and all. So small things, as, we've been told, we should listen to our body. Exactly. So what you can do, you should do. Like my wife has slip disc. So I cannot tell her to do, very sternest asana and all, right? But whatever you can do, you should do, and you should do it consistently. Now that is very so. Like yoga and all is applicable and helpful when we do it regularly. But it's like in Japanese also there is a word kaizen, right? The method of kaizen, even in management term, it is applicable. So it means small step, whatever you can do. So if you can do one push-up a day, do one push-up a day, but you do it every day. So that's the technique. So whatever that you're doing, so whether it is pranayam or whatever, do it every day. Don't take breaks. If you take breaks, then that's where the problem is. So, even if you're trying something, it is possible. So whether it is acupressure, yoga, pranayam, whatever, it's not about how much can you do and what different stunts can you do or what, difficult asana you can do. It's exactly that you need to listen to your body and do whatever you can. So even if you're going for a walk down, if that is possible, just do that. And then start with that, and then you can, listen to your body. Can we add a little more? That is basically how you can go about it. So that is important. And so even, during our prayer times, like I used to think, why, what do you say, like stress and all are so much prominent in kids today. Why during our times and all, there were no, what do you say, like stress diseases and all, right? Like, see, remember we used to have bhajan sessions and all.
Right. I remember that. Yes.
We used to do this. Actually, our acupressure points are so activated without knowing also, whether it was birthday celebrations or today that gathering itself is missing. Right. And then those bhajan sessions and all, when we clap, we are actually activating our points, marma points. And then you come back home and then you're all fit and fine. But today, it's the isolation that is hitting mostly people. When you're just alone, you're sitting with your gadget all day. And then that's the problem, right? That is causing a lot of issues in today's technological world. So, like I had a knee surgery of ligament tear, and it was very critical one because I had prolonged it for a year. And then when I had to do it, I was told that I cannot be into active sports. But, I had listened to my body. I know that I cannot play badminton. I could then only switch to table tennis. But I did table tennis. Now I'm playing table tennis here. I teach table tennis in my school. So that way it started. Then I cannot run for long, right? So it's okay. So I started cycling. I cycle every day. So like even recently, my son, day before yesterday, had a fall in Chiba station, and he twisted his ankle. Now he's an athlete earlier, but he was an athlete. Currently, he has taken a break because he was in an exam time and all. So he twisted his ankle. Told him, see, now you twisted his ankle. Why that happened? Because you had given break to your body. Had you been regular, doing little by little also, it won't have happened. Like it was my experience. When I came to Japan, the first year, I was climbing down the stairs and I had a ankle twist. And I had to be on crutches in Japan. So that was the first time I visited a hospital in Japan. But later on, I started getting regular with yoga and cycling and all this thing. So, now my ankle, so even if my leg get twisted immediately, the recovery happens and I'm okay with it. My body automatically has developed that immune system or the mechanism to be able to cope up with it, because we are activating. It's like fueling it.
On daily basis, huh?
On a daily basis. So then it is like, I gave another example, like, especially for an athlete or somebody who has been having a different excessive body usage, and suddenly you stop, the problem starts. So do something. I know that you were an athlete earlier, or you were a swimmer earlier in your earlier first phase of life, and then now because of your working, you had to sit down and work continuously, or you have to, exam time, you cannot do anything. But do something so that all part of your body is activated. So walking, running, swimming, right? Those kind of things, small things at least, you should put into your daily routine. And do whatever you like. If you like one sport, do that. Sport is not on your mobile, physical sport, I mean. So do that. That at least actually would activate your different marma points, your different part of your body, and that will give you a little rhythm to your life to lead a happy life. So these are small instances. Immediately it is like reflecting in my house. So I thought I could bring that point also. So with this knowledge.
Right. So if we say, for example, especially if we could talk about acupressure. So for normal people like us. Like how many minutes and what specific points we should press on daily basis? How many minutes and which specific part, which we can make us normal people, normal healthy people?
Yeah. See, that's what my point is. Like, if a normal person will play some sport, right?
Okay.
So either you hold a baseball bat or a badminton racket or a table tennis thing, you're holding and you're pressing. You have automatically, without realizing, you're actually activating your Burma points.
So we don't need to do specifically putting pressure at any point.
Yeah. Ashutosh, you tell me, how many sports person have you seen having headaches and stress and all? Those happens when they are off the ground, and they are having a break time, and then those negative feelings and all that happen. That is only when. But when they are in the rhythm of their regular routine activity, when they're playing on a regular basis, you don't need anything extra. Cycling also, when you're pressing the brakes and all, and you're on the regular routine, you don't have to. You see where the problem will happen, where your body's what is that, refueling, or whether the lubrication is not happening, there the problem would start. Right. So yeah, like if you're only cycling, without cycling, actually you're using your complete body without realizing also. But backache can happen. Backache can happen. So then just attend the backache area, right? So those points that you need to press. That's all. So it's about the balance. It's about the balance. Right. So exactly. So if you're that's why if you see a good cricket player would also play, like MS Dhoni and all would also play a soccer, because to balance their other parts of the body also.
Right.
So it's important that you balance. So as a teacher, I would say that it is important for every student to be outdoor, because something you cannot learn in the class. Right. It's theory alone won't make sense. So go out, do something, and do so with something that you like. So whether it is dancing, when you're dancing, what are you doing with your feet? You're doing acupressure points, right? That you're activating that actually. So even if that is active, actually sitting, at one place, that is the major problem. So actually lying down is okay, standing is okay. Sitting is not a posture which is recommended actually for long. So then people who are sitting and working on their laptop and all, that is where the problem happens. So you have to do something, because you're not getting any time for body movement. Body is made for movement. So if there is no movement that is happening, that's where the problem happens. So you have to do something. So how much you need to pressure, suppose you're sitting for too long and then you have to do it. Not more than 5 minutes is required to activate. Like if you have headache or if you have a backache, you just press those points, like you will start feeling it, and then you do it, and then you feel getting better immediately. You get that feeling immediately, and then you feel better. Yeah. Even actually, you don't have to even touch also. You can even imagine. I can even, close my eyes, imagine where my headache is, and I can correct it. So that way also, because, your mind is so powerful. It is just that how you use it. So I can close my eyes, remember where the pain is, think about an eraser. I can erase it mentally, and I would be cured. Do that since childhood. So headache and all, I can immediately cure.
I have some. Okay, we got one other question. Shailesh Sensei, can you share the acupressure points in the face and neck?
Yeah. I had shared actually.
Face and neck.
Yeah. So yeah, this is basically.
I mean, I think she's asking for on the face. Are you, Imuta-san, are you asking on the face or for the face?
That is. So for I'll still both, so it's okay. We can talk about both.
Sure.
So yeah, for the face, right? See here. Okay, this is better. So if you see here, these are the points, right? Like there are many points actually. If I can, I don't know, I cannot zoom it, but what we can see is Adipati starts from here, right? And then Shankar is these 2 points.
Where?
Yeah,
below
just
eyes.
below our.
Let me make you in the spotlight so everyone can see.
Okay.
They can use practical knowledge.
Yeah. This area, like you a little more you press, you will actually feel the pain. This area. This is called the shunk area. So if you press here more, you get a little pain.
Can you unshare the screen so that we all can see you?
Yeah.
Yes. So on the face and neck. Sorry, wrong grammar. Okay. Yes. So please, everyone, let's learn some acupressure points on face and neck. I think everybody needs it. Hi.
Yeah, like I was talking about, headache. Like this is our childhood. Like we have headache, we do this. So it is this point, these 2 points. Like we just press gently, we rotate it, and as the sensei said, it is listen to your body. You will feel where the pain is. So even when I'm giving acupressure, I ask the person, where is your pain? So they concentrate and then say, oh, my pain is here. So then I don't have to press here. I just have to apply the pressure here as much as I would, and then rotate it clockwise, anti-clockwise, and then slowly, like a heartbeat, just, you do press and release, press and release, press and release, press and release. So basically listen to where your body is telling the pain is. And you know what? After doing this, you will feel that your pain has moved. Suppose you have pain here, you will feel the pain is moved. After the press, it's moved somewhere. So ask the patient again, where is the pain now? So the patient might say it has moved somewhere here. And eventually from the left side, your pain would go to your left brain, this side. From the left side, it will go to your right side of the brain, back side. And from your right side, it will go to your left side of the brain. So it will eventually, and then again, you can ask the patient, where's the pain? Either the patient would say, now there is no pain, or okay, the pain has again come back. And again start, but the intensity would reduce, and slowly, gradually, the journey would pass on. So even if it is suppose I have a pain in my left, like I used to play table tennis. So sometimes, after playing too much, I get pain in my this area, right? So I press, and then I do this. So same way, and then slowly, it would go from here back, and then it would come here, the pain. I could feel it. So slowly, like you press, press slowly, and then wait, think where the pain is. You'll see that, okay, the pain is moved here. So slowly, it would move. And when it is down, it will not come here. You will see, actually what happens is our brain is not only here, right? It is still your tailbone.
Mhm.
Have a central nervous system which runs through your spinal cord down till your tailbone. So it activates. So that is how it works actually.
So here
On
is one point, then here is one point.
this
Sorry.
this point, yeah, like
Okay, okay.
here are tear gland just below our eyes. There, if you press, you can feel that if you press it more, you feel the pain. So just below that point. So
Mhm.
there, if you press, yeah, so that is one point. This is one point I was saying, and then this is one point.
Mhm.
So these points. So even the ear area, this is one good point that you do, right? So wherever, see, actually, these are the points, the sinus points, actually. These are sinus points also.
Mhm.
People who have sinus and too much of cold and cough and all. So when you do the Nalsyam,
The
to,
Neti.
yeah, Neti also, basically we are clearing that part only. We are clearing
Uh-huh.
this part only. So it is this part. So a lot of people with too much cold will have always pain here. So
Mhm.
yeah, you can at least release the pain from here and go on. And this part, because we speak a lot, we eat a lot and all, and this joint actually. So the below the ears, this point. So you can actually see when you press certain area, if you press too much, you'll get pain. So then
Mhm.
that is your marma point.
Mm.
So that is how I understand how where am I. And
This
then you
part
can,
is a bit pain for me.
isn't it? This part, yeah, yeah. This part is always critical. That's why like boxing and all, you hit, you get
Mm.
much of dislocation pain. Yeah, so it's like
And what about neck portion? Which one?
neck is the back side because as I told you, a central nervous system runs from the back,
Mhm.
and these 4 points at the back. So these are very crucial points.
Mhm.
So yeah, even if you take your 4 fingers and just press it, right?
Like this. Mm.
Yeah. So this area, right? This backside area.
Ah.
So this part,
Mhm.
yeah. This side is quite delicate. So what you could do is, like the muscle area at the back here, the neck, this area and all would be helpful because we have to work every day. So either, we have pain here and then this area,
Mhm.
muscles area, wherever the muscles are. So
Mhm.
that's how you can actually do. So if you see here also, yeah, you can actually take this slide. So, like it could be easy. So Manya Dhamni. So these are actually disability causing marma points, right? So those areas. The backside is actually very critical points. Sira Matrika. And
Mhm.
Ansa is basically, when you do carry bag a lot and all, you get pain here.
Mhm.
So yeah, you just press here. Yeah, and then you see where the pain goes. Okay, it had moved a little up. Yeah, so press there 5 times, 10 times,
Mhm.
and then you see where the pain is moving. So slowly it would move to your from the left shoulder. You will see that your pain is going up here.
Mhm.
It's not necessary, but you will feel that, and it can even because there is a cervical cord here, so it could even reach a spinal cord and it could get dispersed. But try that. So, just press that again. Oh, yeah, there is still pain. So press and see your different points. So you'll feel that, oh, this point is paining more than the other area. So you can press
Mhm.
there, release it, press it, release it, press it, release it. Like a heartbeat, that much only pressure. And pressure, how much? As much as you can put on your eye. And then release it.
Mhm.
And then see, think where is the pain now? So you will see that pain has moved up near the spinal cord or towards your brain area. So
Mhm.
once that has come, then you again see it might come back here with a lower intensity, or it might have already gone.
Mhm.
So that's how simple this technique is. But you have to, and one more thing that's happening is when you're doing this, you are aware of your body.
Mhm.
You're thinking where the pain is.
Right.
You understand, okay, this part is good. There is no that much pain. Oh, this side is paining. That awareness itself is a big thing. Half of the
Mhm.
time we are not aware. We only know that we are sick.
Mhm.
What is the problem? Where is the pain? We don't know that.
Right.
Touch and see, you know,
Mhm.
that's what doctor also do. They would touch you and see, right? They would examine you. how many times have we examined ourselves? We can just press and see, oh, here, this particular point is the pain. Press and see, press 10 times, right? And then see where the pain has moved. If it has not moved, you can still press there and then wait for some time and it would move and then press those points. So you're, see, it's like a blockage. So you're pressing there, you let the blockage move. So the blockage has moved up. You press it, you release the blockage, it moves up. So that's basically what you're doing.
Okay. Now
Letting the flow being smooth. That's basically. I hope I have been able to answer.
Yes. I got it. I think I believe Imuta-san also understood.
Yeah.
Please say if you understood or not. So I think
not every part of the organ we can press every time. Like you're sitting in the office and you have pain at the back, but the teacher or the boss doesn't want you to press at the back. How would you do, right? So immediately you can press it on your hand. Palm is there with you. You can immediately press. Or with the leg, you can just your leg. If your leg is free, just press and then you're okay.
Right.
There are mudras that you do. So that is also another part to it. So by doing that, you get energy on those areas. So yeah, there are different methods that you can do. But the point is give pressure to different parts of the body and then you're better with it.
I have last question. So with this last question, we will finish. Okay. So when we are sleepy in office, which part to press? This is my question. When we are super sleepy after lunch.
So basically stand up and activate yourself. Yeah. It's sleepy means, what has happened is actually when we eat a lot of food, what is happening is all the body's energy is going in digestion.
Right.
So it cannot give any energy for anything else to be done. That is why we feel sleepy. Sleepy, sometimes people feel that, it is only the food. It is not the food, it is the process. Body has a department, but you have given too much food to digest. External thing has entered your body, too much food has gone in. Now your body is tired because it is doing one big process of digesting that extra thing that you have given. That's why you feel tired, right? So, but because you have to do some work, okay, then you have to give the attention, tell the organization, your body organization to let them know that, there is something more in priority. So you just wake up, get up and do some physical exercises so the body knows, oh, there is something else also important. Otherwise, if you sit, your body knows, okay, the main objective is external thing has gone into your body. It is the digestion. So the focus is on digestion. Then you feel sleepy, right? Because the rest part is
no point. Like if you press any point, it will activate that.
Yeah, you can do that. Like if it is the pain or you can. That's for the head point actually.
Not pain. Like to wake up. Wake up point.
So wake up. Basically, you wake up. You stand up. You do something. You clap or you do some basic exercise. You stretch. Stretching is what? Same thing, no? Like see, you do this, right? We stretch ourselves, right?
Okay.
What are we doing? We are not. We stretch, right? So in stretching, what are we doing is we are telling our body, hello, only digestion is not important. We have to do other work also. Then we feel stretch and then we get active, right? We do a little stretch here and there. Same thing with our hand also you can do. Right? Same thing. You twist a little, you stretch, Sukshma Vyayam that we start with. So that is also that we can do. And then we activate ourselves. So, but it's not that only one part, right? Like you only cannot just press your head only. Okay, you feel headache, yeah. That also happens. Like too much of food and all you eat, then you feel dizzy and also yeah, that is when the head you give a little release to it, but stretch. You can stretch your body, great. If you cannot stretch, yes. So it's an alternative to what you cannot do, then you do this.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. So that will be all for today. I personally got a lot of information and usable information, which we can implement in our regular routine. And yes, minasan mo, I believe you also got something which you can implement in your daily routine. So that will be all for today's lecture. Today's lecture is lecture number 8. Lecture number, we have so many lectures now, I don't remember which number we are right now. So tomorrow we are going to have lecture number, let me share this screen. Yes. So today is lecture number 8. Yeah. So today lecture number 8 finished about acupressure points. Tomorrow we are going to have lecture number 9 by Sachiko Sensei. Sachiko Sensei, ODC expert and yoga practitioner. She is going to do lecture about Nagumi no yoga. And looking forward for this topic tomorrow. So, 今日の topic はこれで終わりになります。And see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. 明日7時に会いましょう。Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。Thank you, Shailesh 先生。ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
Everyone. Thank you.
ありがとうございました。Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you and see you tomorrow.